Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing the Thinking Man's 5712, or as it's properly known, the Patek Philippe 5055G-001. So the 5055 is a Moonphase power reserve with a radial date and a micro rotor automatic, all in white gold. It's a very wrist-friendly watch. 36.3 millimeters in diameter. The timepiece is a wonderfully compact 42.7 millimeters lug-to-lug, so I can recommend this for wrists as small as 13 centimeters circumference. It's a great unisex option. Really, anyone can wear it well. It's nice and slim, too. 9.3 millimeters thick with a domed bezel. It easily slides underneath any shirt cuff, and the spacing between the lugs 19 millimeters. The watch has a handsome, almost neo-vintage look, as it is a modern watch. Nevertheless, it looks like something from the halcyon days of Swiss men's dress watches from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. It has that stance, it has that persona on the wrist. Now, the watch is beautifully made with a strap to match. The strap is very minimally bolstered with a sheer side showing its construction, a monotone stitch. It is a matte finish, large rectangular scale alligator leather, and on the underside you'll appreciate that it is entirely new. It's a brand new Patek Philippe factory strap, and it's matched to a white gold, or I should say Patek Philippe gray gold deployant clasp to match. It's a straight through homogeneous white gold alloy. Nicely made filigree style Calatrava Cross buckle atop. It's a substantial piece that ensures you against droppage while donning or removing. It's got a little bit of a vintage character too, as when these were made, Patek Philippe was often still using hallmarks or permitting hallmarks on the flanks of the case, as well as the lugs. Now, this watch is in outstanding condition, and I can't quite show you what I'm talking about, but you can see the St. Bernard's head. This is the post-1995 Swiss hallmark for precious metal, and the thing is, you have the St. Bernard's head, but then on what would normally be the kerchief of the neck of the St. Bernard, you actually have a letter that represents which of the regional assay offices performed the stamping and the assay of the watch. And this one has a very small, almost microscopic G, and you can see it under the loupe, and that would be the first thing to go if this watch were refinished. So the condition is excellent right down to the micro level, and those small hallmark signatures are the way you know this. The bezel is nicely integrated with the case. As you can see, it's all of one piece. Case band flows into bezel, everything goes through the back. You'll also appreciate the fact that the watch has a wonderful, almost flush sapphire, minimally domed, so it remains slim. The bezel is broad. Although this is not a large watch, the bezel was made immensely strong. As a visual component of the watch, it's anything but a hairline halo like you'll find on a lot of Calatravas and dress watches. This bezel is a striking and significant component of the watch's style. The watch is all of high polish, and it wears it well, being a modest size. The dial is black lacquer, glossy, beautiful, bottomless, and lustrous. It features outboard a railroad style minutes track. You have a small seconds with railroad, and so you have large and small railroad. There is loom. There will be a loom shot. Power reserve for the watch. The power reserve between 48 and 50 hours. And then you actually have a Moonphase disc that is a lovely cobalt blue inside a crescent style Moonphase display with a radial date outboard. It's coaxial. It's a handsome look, and it's a surprising amount of complication packed into a 36 millimeter watch. Now the case back, let's see how close we can get without losing focus. But you can see this is a Patek Philippe caliber 240 micro rotor base, automatic winding, 21.6 beat rate, 48-hour power reserve, 22 karat gold micro rotor, 21,600 vibration per hour beat rate, 29 joules, adjusted in 5 positions like a chronometer. It features a free-sprung gyromax style balance, so it can take and hold that precise regulation. It is a Geneva hallmark caliber. This is something discontinued by Patek Philippe after mid-2009, so these watches finished with the old stamp. Quality was the same before and after, but the old and evocative stamp is discontinued and thus highly desirable. All of the signatures of Patek Philippe fine finish present and correct. You can see as I turn the watch flush to the camera, you begin to see the edges of the bridges light up, and that is the mirrored, optically smooth, hand-laid, rounded ungulage. You can also see there's a micro perlage across the base plate and a larger perlage beneath the balance. Large perlage beneath the balance, a micro beneath the rotor itself. All of the screw heads are black polished with chamfered slots. The watch is 30 meters water resistant. It's not a sports watch. A handsome timepiece, though. an accurate one, and thanks to the micro rotor, you're able to have such a slim profile while still retaining the convenience of an automatic. And because it is a micro rotor in the same plane as the other bridges, you get to see the entirety of the movement. It's not blocked like you would have on a conventional automatic with a hemispherical rotor and then, or I should say, a semicircular rotor and then a winding bridge. Everything is in the same plane as the going train and the barrel. So this is a very handsomely finished as well as open and visible movement. The 240 micro rotor since 1977, the premium of the two Patek Philippe automatic families, with the center rotors generally being the mass production and the 240s being the exceptional pieces. You can see and you can own this 5055G in white gold. Make it yours on the watch box. Patek Philippe 5055G. Not a sports watch, but a sporty watch with a lume shot to match.